understand it.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your damn hands together.
One of the coldest intros.
Get ready to have your earlobes massaged by the one and only
Bro, I wish you could zoom in. I don't even know why I got goosebumps. I don't know if it's me hearing my name or me knowing my next guest is in the building.
Probably the latter.
It's probably the latter. But even though I'm also that dude that like I will get goosebumps if somebody say my name.
Say it again.
I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. We are back one more time. That's my good friend over there, Jeannie D's.
My brother.
And I just got to keep saying thank you. I'm saying thank you because we came up with doing a podcast during COVID. And I'm saying thank you because people are listening to it. And I'm saying thank you because sometimes I make a phone call and I just say, hey, would you like to come on the show? And sometimes it's you get the best yes. In this case, you get a, all right, nigga, damn. But no.
Is that what she said?
Absolutely not. This is my good friend, the host of Two Funny Mommas, and has been on every black movie and every black TV show since probably the mid-90s. It's Kim Whitley, everybody. How are you, Kim? Kim, I don't even know where to start.
That was funny.
I don't know where to start.
I did say, oh, nigga, what? Yeah.
Yes.
Fine.
Before I answered the phone.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Jeannie, I just saw Kim throw down. What I like about Kim is that she's one of our favorite comedic actors, period. Mm-hmm. You don't even have to put black in front of the title because if you've seen her work, she still sings. She's a scene stealer. And she
Absolutely.
knows it. She knows it.
Right. Look at her.
Just 100%.
Look at her.
But she knows it. How do you steal scenes in Next Friday? Like the cast is already crazy. But not even that. I've seen Kim's work in so many different movies. You jump off the screen, and that's why I guess you're always never not working.
Sweet.
What is this? I mean, first question, you rewriting people's stuff, huh?
Only sometimes I ad lib and act crazy, and that, sets me up for success. But I'm
one of them people that when I'm watching Kim and she says something in TV, I go, that wasn't in the script. I know damn well they ain't come up with that. She did that.
That's true, but there's a lot of times I get to do that. You're right.
Well, I also got the chance to see you perform not too long ago. You don't know this. You probably don't remember this. One of my first times at the Laugh Factory, like really at the Laugh Factory, Jeannie performing. Mm-hmm. Kim was in the audience, and I believe her name was Mari Morrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. They was having like a little girls' night. It was like 3 or 4 of them. But it was a crew, and it was I'm from Atlanta, so it was my first time seeing a Hollywood crew.
Right.
And when I came on stage, Kim grabbed me. She was like, "You were so funny. Oh my God, you're so funny, and you're so handsome." She started pinching my face, and I was just like, "Wait a minute," But I was in love with her. I was in love with her ever since. I was like, you know what? If everybody gonna be like that down, because sometimes you like, all right, don't get in nobody's space, don't do that. But I was so green back then, and she doesn't know this, but that was one of my first times like rocking the Laugh Factory.
Wow.
And she was one of the first people when I sat back down. I sat next to her, and she was just like, "Oh my God, that was just so funny." And I met her little crew, and then I started seeing her out in the clubs.
What a seal of approval. You remember that, Kim? You remember that?
Yes, it was so funny, and I didn't know that was the first time, but I get it. I remember now, but it's so funny. Mari was over my house last night. She's still part of the group. That's so funny. And look at you, grown, doing your thing.
Yeah.
Married.
Yeah.
Yes.
We've come a long way. When I wasn't too young when I got out here, bro, but when I got out here, I was young to LA. You could tell that it was just one of those scenes where you're like, oh man, everybody looks like they're already plugged in. And when you were going to certain places like the Laugh Factory at that time, or these certain clubs, Dublin's, or I don't know, it was just certain spots. I never knew the name of spots, but that there was a club on Fairfax, and above above a storefront. The ice cream store was at the bottom, but above it's sat on that corner. But I remember seeing, I don't know, people used to hang out a lot.
That, especially now, we don't get that. But when you're coming up, we didn't have shit to do.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing to do. Like, we didn't have to go read no lines. We didn't have to raise no family. We just had to go tell some jokes. And then afterwards, we're like, what y'all doing?
What y'all doing? Where y'all going?
Yeah.
What you doing? Where you going? And everybody run into each other.
Yeah.
And it was the opposite of Boys in the Hood because nobody was getting shot at the Yesterdog or the Whataburger or the, you know what I mean? Yeah, everybody could just hang out. It was like it was a cool Black Hollywood scene. I was telling my friend D-Lay, comedian D-Lay, the other day.
I know D-Lay, yes.
He had said when he got out here, he saw, I forgot who he said he saw, and it was his first like Black Hollywood experience. I said, let me tell you something. When I first got out here, I said, I'm going to Beverly Hills. And I just as a tourist, had no business being there. Once I got there, I realized, why am I here? Like, I should not be here. And I went into one of these diners or whatever and saw Omar Epps and Sanaa Lathan sitting there eating. And you couldn't tell me that when I saw them, I was like, oh, they in love for real. Like, this is because I think Love and Basketball. Yeah. Like, I was just like, oh, this is real. Like, they like each other. And I was sitting there like, do I go over there and say, hey, I'm a comedian? Do I go? Like, you don't never know. You know how you try to network and you like, is this the time? No, it's not the time. But you learn all that stuff, man.
But did they look like they were in love for real?
They looked like they was in love for real. For real. I don't know. But
that happens on the set.
I want
to lick my spoon.
Have you ever had a on-set romance as you're eating the peanut butter? Have you ever met somebody at work? Have you ever met somebody like, okay, let's see if we can make this work? Because I think it's hard to when two people are acting. Trying to make it.
But not in the beginning when you're young. You don't know that rule.
Yeah. You do it anyway.
I ain't never been with no comedian.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that rule because I knew I wanted to go on the road. I knew I didn't want to be no dude's opening act and his opening act.
Mm-hmm.
I never dated a comedian, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, you know, in the acting world, like I had a scene back in the day with Terrence Howard.
Mm-hmm.
We was under the covers and stuff.
All right, Kim, now I'm under the covers with you, but you know, I feel way too many hands over here, man.
Kim, man.
Kim, man.
Yeah, but nothing transpired, but we were friends. But you think about those kind of things, you know, we were on a series together, but I knew, I was like, nope, don't go there with any of these guys. And even with Next Friday, you know, I felt connected to Ice Cube, you know, not DC Curry, because me and DC Curry didn't really have any, when I say intimate scenes together, like we was in the bed together, but we were being funny, you know, we sitting on the couch. But me and Cube, we had to lock eyes.
Right. Oh, y'all went for it. You were going for it. I saw him try to get some kisses in and then act like he ain't like it.
Yeah, exactly. It was me all over him, but it was like, get off me. So it does happen. I just did something for HBO Max called Made for Love that'll come out end of March. That with Ray Romano. Nice. And you can't help it. The connection, I felt the connection that, you know, because so I can be true to myself, you got to really get in there and really, when you lock eyes with somebody and you feel for them and you got to have these emotions, you got to shake that shit off when it's time to go home. You got to be like, ooh, okay, let me go home.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Don't pretend, you know.
Right.
But when you lay in your bed at night alone, you might close your eyes and sneak back into that scene.
And when you're done, you take some peanut butter. You just go to town. Just go to town with it. Like, I deserve this. Absolutely.
That peanut butter.
Man, you know? Kim, I don't know. When I was on Saturday Night Live, but sometimes I'm in films and I see the chemistry of what could happen with people. But for some reason, I was always that guy that was just like, that would be, I don't even think that's I was always afraid to flirt. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. And then I'm a relationship guy. And then next thing I know, I'm always in a relationship. But in between these things of like, oh, I'm single, I'm looking. I could never be like, hey, so-and-so after the scene. So what do you want? Nah, I'm just not.
Well, you really can't now, not with this.
Not now.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Then it turns into something else. Then they're like, wait, why are you trying to talk to me?
I think the 90s were really the Wild Wild West because you really could say whatever you wanted to say.
Hello?
And it has really gotten all the way locked down.
The comedians, male comedians, me and Sheri have seen so many dangalangs pulled out of these comedy clubs.
What?
Oh, I've seen all of the dangalangs except for
what?
Finesse is only dangalang. Matter of fact, let me call Sheri right now and tell her, you know what? We didn't see Finesse's dangalang.
Well,
and on that note, let me see. My Bible study no, I'm just kidding.
So it really was the Wild West.
Bro, I really think you could do and say anything.
Whoa.
Whether you was in a nightclub doing comedy, if certain people were off to the side and back behind or whatever, backstage, you could say anything.
Yeah.
Whoa. I can't even imagine how dudes used to talk to girls back in the day.
Right.
Versus like them trying to be tamed now. Like making an effort to try to be tamed now.
Think of a Buddy Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
Just back in the night, he say anything. Buddy just say anything. Buddy crazy.
Right.
Buddy ain't funny. But now Buddy Lewis got to be tamed.
But can we also say that back in the day there were more? Okay, so here's a dope question: were more women just tolerating it? Because also back in the day, it's something about women comics who are just like they rolling with the punches. They it's a jab back. If somebody throw a jab, they throwing an uppercut, and so oh shit. And I think a lot of, especially comedians, be like, okay, yeah, they should be back here. You know what I mean? Because first we always will look at you like a woman and why she back here and why she thinks she funny. But then when she actually starts throwing uppercuts and jabs and cutting your ass, you're like, oh shit. Hey, Kim, crazy Kim here. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, it's like you looking for another victim or another rookie. Is it hazing or is it sexual harassment? What is it?
That is funny. I think that is a thin line between hazing and sexual harassment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a test.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna roll with the good old boys, can you take it? Because even with the dangalangs being pulled out at the clubs, it was like a shock thing. Like they pull it out, be like, look at this, Kim. I'm like, would you pull that out in front of a dude comic?
Mm-hmm.
No, I ain't like that. I said, okay, why you pulling it out in front of me?
Right.
All right, because I ain't gonna do nothing but bite it. I said, I'm always hungry. I'm going to bite the shit and I'm going to chew it up and be done.
Man,
I don't know what it was, but you're right. I think it was to see if we can Jones back.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of it. Y'all something else, y'all male comics.
How did you navigate that? How did you?
Well, I would say the nice ones. Like, Finesse was always a nice comic. He didn't have a mean streak.
Mm-hmm.
But there are comics who are jealous, comics who want to talk to you, but you ain't giving them the time of day. They saying something real slick in front of all the other female comics, trying to put you down, and you like, because I didn't give you no ass, huh? Okay, I get it.
Right.
Because now you don't want me to start talking. So when you navigate it, a lot of it is, like you said, Finesse, laughing it off and playing, or you crack back. Mm-hmm. I've always been a tomboy, so I've been able to navigate it all my life.
Mm-hmm.
Hanging with the guys, talking shit. I got a lot of male energy. That's probably why I'll never have a man, because I didn't know, I'm supposed to be a girl around the comics? I'm supposed to be feminine? No. I grew up with boys, so I think it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was bad. I used to tweak boys' nipples in high school and run.
Oh, pinch him and twist?
Mm-hmm. Look at the technique.
That's the face I would make, and then I'd run.
What's the face one more time?
and run. That's all I did.
Mm-hmm.
I pinched every nipple in the high school. They was like, Kim, you nasty. I said, I wasn't even doing it to be nasty. I was doing it to be painful. But, just I think that, and even navigating when guys would pull their stuff out, you wouldn't be in such a private space that it would make you go nervous. And I've always been, tall, athletic,
Mm-hmm.
so I was never fearful, especially with a comic, that something would happen,
Mm-hmm.
because my tongue was quick and sharp.
Mm-hmm.
So you always can hit a man with his ego, you can hit it and shut it down.
Right.
If they try to be like, yeah, girl, look at this right there. I'd be like, is that it?
Right.
That's all you got to say. And when I tell you these Negroes will retreat. You just say,
And the white flag comes out. Yeah.
like, what you doing? So I think it was, when you say navigate, I always felt like I was one of the boys because there wasn't that many girls.
Yeah.
Who you hanging with?
Right.
Yvette Wilson? Andy McKnight? You ain't got that many women coming up. Melanie Camacho?
Right.
There was no whole bunch of women. Still really not.
Back then, and then on the Comic View side, it was Samore and Cheryl Underwood and Dominique but it was, you're talking about back then 500 working black comics to probably 45 girls, 45 women that could actually hold their own on the mic, because it became a point where everybody wanted a woman on the show. If they was going to do a theater or arena, it stopped going from all guys to like, you got to have that one woman. And I'm from Atlanta, so all I used to hear about growing up was some more, not growing up, but growing into comedy was some more Chocolate. You remember Chocolate?
Chocolate. The Chocolate was the Christian comic.
Mm-hmm. And she didn't start out that way. She shifted over there, and then she stayed in that lane.
Remember Small Fry?
Small Fry, yep. Did you ever do Comic View?
Did I ever do Comic View? That's how I'll be like that. No, I did Apollo Comedy Hour.
Mm-hmm.
I never did Comic View. I was one of them comics who was afraid to do comedy on TV. I always felt like I got to work harder. Still like that.
When you go, we just performed together, and it was an outdoor show, and it was in a drive-through. So the setting, which I thought was, I was a little uncomfortable, but I was happy I was also last, so I could kind of like watch everybody.
Right.
It's so funny, when comics are talking. So it was myself and Kim and Sheri Shepherd talking. And the next thing I know, Kim is on stage killing.
No, I wasn't killing. I didn't like it.
You didn't like that set?
The first time I've been on stage in a year.
That was really like my first time, like probably my second time.
Okay, so I was like, to remember my jokes, the timing, nervous, people are in their car. I can't see them. They were laughing, but then thank you, because I was like, I quit. I'm never doing this again.
You're in your head, and all we heard was the clack. They had clackers. Clack, 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 clack. And then some people were flashing lights, but clack, 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 clack. So it literally made me watch like.
Right.
Oh, shit. Who's after Kim?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I felt. Dude. You was out there talking about planking. I was like, I'm glad I ain't after him. I said, something is wrong with that one. Because you go too far.
That's so funny.
At least he didn't pull his dangalang out.
I ain't pulling my dangalang out, though.
Dangalang. First of all, I hope he don't have a dangalang.
This is the second time I have heard dangalang in this week. The second time. And I have not heard the word dangalang in 25 years.
Right.
Yeah, I love that word. I love dangalang.
My mother, who's like 82 now, 83. So my brother is the caretaker. He's taking care of her. He's living in her house. And anyway, he
the caretaker.
No.
Yes. Hey, Mom, I'm gonna make sure everything good. You know what I'm saying?
Can't
but
stand
he went into her bathroom, and he And so he called me immediately. So that's the story. He washed his hands and he couldn't find a towel. So he just shook them, right? So my mom did her old woman walk to the bathroom and she's looking down. So naturally her head is already looking down the floor. And all she saw was drops of water everywhere. And she said, I know damn well you didn't just spray dangling water all over my damn floor. You didn't come in my bathroom and spray dangling water. No, you didn't. You gonna wipe this up. And my brother's like, what?
No, she didn't say dangling.
She said dangling. He immediately calls me. You gotta say this on stage. Mama just called.
Yo.
Said I put dangling water. I said dangling. And now Kim.
Oh my God.
Has brought back up dangling. Dangling. So, yeah.
Dang-a-lang.
It's got onomatopoeia. Like it's a good word.
It's a good word. It's a fun word to say.
That's hysterical.
Because as a kid, I definitely used to say my dangling. Absolutely. Yeah. What?
Today we've lost all the charm. Today they just
We don't appreciate
songs.
We don't appreciate good words today. We don't appreciate this.
How long you been doing your podcast?
I have been doing my podcast. We started in almost March. We need to have an anniversary
You
party.
know what, we should. That's a good idea.
We started in March.
COVID.
And then COVID hit. And then we shut down for like 3 months. And then out of boredom, we were like, we got to do something. So then we just found a studio and then we started it back. But we're basically a year old.
So who's been your top 3 favorite guests, if you can think of anybody?
My top 3 favorite guests. Number 1, I would say my wife.
Understand it.
She pays me to say that. In addition to, no. When she came on, we also got it was almost therapeutic because we had said some stuff dealing with COVID that we didn't know how we felt. So her saying how she felt and me saying how I felt. And then afterwards us coming to an understanding of how we're not going to kill each other. I was like, you know what? That was a dope episode. So her and possibly this will be a classic. And then Jeannie?
It's hard to pick a top 3 because everybody has their life journeys and they drop these gems. I mean, we've had Bob Saget and Lonnie Love and Tisha Campbell. Jermaine Fowler was on last week. Andra Day was on. So we've had so many great guests, Sheri.
Yeah, we had some great guests.
Oh, y'all had some great guests. I should have said the top greatest guests, like famous, I should have said.
Well, what was really cool was that I didn't know Andra Day was a singer and like I just looked at her as my neighbor. She lives in my neighborhood. And so when it's not that many black people in the neighborhood, it was just like, so it was cool to actually talk with her because she was just like, Billie Holiday or no Billie Holiday, we doing this podcast. So it was cool to know people behind the scenes that are like, fuck Hollywood, fuck fame, finesse. We take out the trash at the same time when you want me to be on the podcast. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
Oh, Andra Day. I love
Mm-hmm.
her.
And so,
I knew when I first started. I meant to call her.
Now, how long have y'all had 2 Funny Mommas? Because not only is the chemistry amazing, but I mean, you laugh from beginning. I told you that night. So
we started on Mother's Day last year.
Okay.
Wow.
We'll be coming up on a year this May.
And you do it's live on YouTube and you do the snippets and.
Yeah, it's been fun. Sheri used to be at her house and I'd be at my house and we do it kind of like this, but she lost her mic. So in her house somewhere.
Right.
So now she feels like she got to come over here every time we do the podcast and sit next to me. No, you want to hear something funny as shit? So we was doing the podcast, right, from my house. And this was some random shit. Dawn Lewis lives in my neighborhood.
Okay.
She was riding her bike and she said, Kim, don't you live over here? I'm going to stop by. Dawn ain't never stopped by. Matter of fact, I need to call and check on Dawn. Dawn pulls up on her bicycle. She got a mask on and gloves and everything. And then she comes in and we're like, ooh, we ain't even supposed to be together. And we got Dawn here, but you get excited. Mm-hmm. Dawn sat in between us and we sat on both sides and we interviewed her for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Dawn calls the next day and says, she just said, I just want to let y'all know I just had a COVID test and We were like, what? This is the problem. Sheri had just had one too.
Mm-hmm.
And Sheri's had came back positive and Dawn's had come back positive. But wait, Sheri went back and took, she was like, no, because we take tests all the time.
Mm-hmm.
She went back and took another one. Hers was a false positive.
Okay.
So we was like, Dawn, what you think you got it? Like, she was like, well, I did get tested and it came back. I said, it could be a false positive. I mean, this is how dumb we are. You were here, you were fine. We had the doors open, and David Arnold was here too. And David never stops by.
That's who brought it. That ninja had it.
Yeah, David Arnold probably brought it. So she waited a couple of days, took another test, called us, back, and me and Sheri were like, so what's the result? Because we have quarantine, we afraid. I told you not to come over here. I told you we shouldn't have been with people. And then she calls. We were like, so you okay? She's like, I'm fine. We were like, what's that mean? She just said, I'm fine. She would never say if it was negative or positive.
You don't know.
Damn, Jaleesa.
So we were like, okay, so if you're fine, we're fine. It was so funny. But going through that, talking about a podcast, that was one of our funniest moments. Scary, funny.
Hey, ladies, remember the other day when I was sitting in between y'all? Well, I just took a COVID test. Oh, let me call y'all right back. My mama called on the line. Wait a minute. Hey, come back. Wait, what? What's the results? Do you know who Don Lewis is, Jeannie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. We went to the same University of Miami.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You know how you come years later and then somebody tells you a fun fact? Hey.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Jaleesa from a different world went to the University of Miami. I'm the word. She owes student loans too. For real. So, yeah. The Rock and John Cicada, those are the people that are probably the most famous coming from my school. But I always held her in high regard only because I was such a fan of the show.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
What was your favorite sitcom you've ever been a part of? What cast do you miss? Like, oh, I missed this show.
Hard to say, but anything the Wayans do.
Mm-hmm.
When I did the Wayans brother, that was my favorite thing. But if I would say, oh my God, it's such a blessing to work on a show that you have fun and you love the cast.
Mm-hmm.
So movies, let's see, but a TV show, I really had fun on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Love the Wayans brothers, Marlon, anything they do, I relish in. Sheri, I love working with Sheri, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did Call Your Mother with her, which will be out next Wednesday.
Is that her own show? It's
Kira Sedgwick's show, and Sheri plays her best friend.
Okay.
But please watch Call Your Mother
Mm-hmm.
next Wednesday, ABC. That was fun. But what other shows were just like I enjoyed? Oh my God. It's so much fun just working with your friends.
I think when you get to a certain point, Jeannie, and you look back, and it's not like you're, how do I say this the right way? You have to do enough work to look back on something and be like, oh, it's probably not going to get no better than that.
Right.
Those 3 years. Because now that I see what it is, you could be on a dope show, but y'all shooting bumblefuck Louisiana, so you don't like being there, but you're going to work and you like to check.
Right.
Or it's a dope cast, but it's not getting the viewers. But just give it time, because this is chemistry. This chemistry here. Oh, da, da, da. And then when you realize, oh shit, yeah, that ran 1 year, that ran 2 years, that ran 5 years, that went, and then you look back at that stuff, you be like, you know what? I should have probably did this differently or said this at this time. Right. Or whatever job I get or I want or y'all trying to pitch me for, it got to be something similar to that, because now I know what I like.
Right.
So if I go and leave the house every day, please let me go somewhere I like and be where I like and be around people I like.
That is so true. And I've done some pilots that have been so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then they didn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, ooh, I would love to have been doing that.
Mm-hmm. Does that still sting? Every time I do a pilot and nobody knows it existed but me and the people involved, I'm like, oh, this would have been so good.
Yes, this would have been so good.
Mm-hmm.
So, there are lots of them. And you wish there should be a place where they just air pilots.
What?
You know what?
What?
Might be on to something.
Yeah, a network where you just air the first show of every show that didn't make the light of day. That would be dope.
Wouldn't that be dope? Mm-hmm. People would be like, are you crazy? Why didn't this make it? Why didn't that make it?
Mm-hmm.
There was one show, I can't remember what it was. It must have been, The Catch I did with J.J. Abrams a long time ago. The write-ups that we saw, they were like, it was a write-up somewhere, and they were like, why didn't the show make it?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't the show? And I loved doing that show. That was a fun pilot.
I did a show with J.J. Abrams, and the write-ups was, why did they make this show? Why did they make this show?
What was it?
No, I did a show, Roadies. No, it was good. People liked the show. It was on Showtime, and people liked the show, and they had a dope cast.
What was Roadies about?
Roadies was Cameron Crowe making a TV show about his experience and what he knew when it came to all the rock bands and stuff that he studied and traveled, and he was a roadie. He was backstage. So the show was about the lives of the people backstage, putting on the show for the band to walk out there and get all the credit.
I like that.
Yeah. For the band to get out there.
Oh my God, I love that idea. Mm-hmm. How long did it stay on?
A season. We did a season on Showtime. And so I think that's what I can't get used to. When you're finally working and you get to come off the road a little bit, because you're like, hey, I'm transitioning. And then and if you do something for like 9-10 episodes, bro, and they space them out. Mm-hmm. So it could be like 3 months to shoot 9 episodes. You never know. But you're going to work every day, and the check is a beautiful check.
It's a beautiful check.
Amen check.
It's an amen check. And so when you get ready to actually make some financial moves away from the business, because you have a little cushion now, then all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, what do you mean my job isn't coming back?
What?
Wait a minute. I just went and tested out some bills that need that check for it to all make sense.
I'm testing out these bills.
Right.
Have a couple of new ones. So, but I based those purchases on that check.
I based those purchases.
But I made purchases. Whoa.
I will say this about Kim, though. Kim works. Mm-hmm. Whether it's like she worked for a week or she worked for 2 years on something, like it's certain people, especially in comedy, Jeannie, that you're going to always see on something. She's not going to have a year where, the phone didn't ring. Oh, I didn't film shit this year. She's going to tape something. So I feel like you and Sheri, Tashina and Tisha, I just feel like people who can do comedy, they don't. I almost feel like y'all like, yeah, does that fit the schedule? Because it just always seems like y'all are working. It always seems like y'all.
Like I said, I'm struggling with that right now.
Because Kim shared that she gets up every morning at 4 a.m. And I'm just like, and part of that is probably parenting too, because you still got to show up for that every day.
Matter of fact, I don't think he's eating lunch. I was like, this is bad. It's 1:30. He yelled early, I'm hungry. I was like, I do have his lunch. Hold up. Alexa, make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
There is food for Joshua's lunch in the refrigerator. Some Panda Express from last night. Somebody feed him, please. See, this is how you do this.
This is parenting in 2021.
That's the promo.
Y'all getting life hacks right now.
That's the promo.
Get Alexa and talk to the kids.
So Alexa's going to make the announcement in the house?
Watch. There is food for Joshua's lunch in the refrigerator. Some Panda Express from last night. Somebody feed him, please.
You need to do that for other people's families. You can make those announcements for everybody.
Right. Hey, look, here he comes. Did you get some lunch?
Yeah, but I don't know how to warm it up.
You don't know how to warm it up? You're eating it cold? You're 10. You know how to put it on the paper plate and put it in the microwave for 60 seconds. 6-0 start, okay? Okay? You're not going to do it? You want mommy to do it? I'm enabling you. Can you ask one of the adults out there to do it? Just ask any of them. He said, I'm going to eat it cold. Like that's going to hurt me.
Right.
I'm
You
eating
don't
cold,
get
dude.
Here's how I'll pull at her heartstrings. Guess I'll eat it cold, Mom, because you're
man.
busy.
Oh man, my cheeks.
What do you do, man, when your kids? My oldest is 6, and she thinks she's smart like that. She tries to make me feel like I'm a bad dad if I just don't do everything she wants me to do in the moment.
Oh, no.
It negates everything that I've done thus far. But no.
Oh, no. No, that's not how you do it. That's what they're going to say. That's not how you do it. And then they grab your hands. Wait a minute.
Right. Dad. Wait
a minute.
Wait. He pulled his tooth out last night because he didn't want me to do it. I was like, let me get it. I'm going to pull it out. He was like, I got it.
This is the biggest thing that I have taken for granted, and it only took me into my 6th year of marriage to realize that, so it stresses you out to think of what they're going to eat every day.
Yes.
You understand what I'm trying to say, Jeannie?
Yeah.
It one day hit me where my wife literally wakes up like, I got to come up with 3 meals.
Yeah.
I got to come up with 3 meals, and it can't be fast food all the time. And so I used to look at her all the time like, why are you so agitated? Why you always looking down? But then I realized,
that's funny. I'm the cook in my house.
Yeah, man.
You got to brainstorm that stuff.
You got to research. You got to think about it.
Can't have chicken all the time. Right, exactly.
And my ass be like, I'm gonna eat cereal, and she be like, and the kids, and the kids.
There's kids.
Can we figure that out? Glad we took care of you.
Wait.
Jen, can you repeat what you said? I didn't hear you.
See, this is what you call, when I tell you Black people are lazy. Hold on. Alexa, make an announcement.
What's the announcement?
Can someone throw Joshua's Panda Express in the microwave? He said he has to eat it cold.
Announcing.
See, I know. Now that's my girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't live in a mansion. She's 2. This is my office. There's a dining room. And then right around the corner, she's in that room. Or she might be right there where I can see her.
Mm-hmm.
She announced back on Alexa. What did you say again?
Oh my goodness. That's us, ain't it?
No, that's us.
Won't we do it?
This is us.
This is us. And my son, I'm teaching, like, that's enabling him. Boy, take that food, go put it in the microwave, period.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just eat it cold. Because then I said, you want mommy to do it? So that's enabling. He's 10.
Right.
If he was 6, like your daughter, I get it.
Right.
You 10 and damn near 6'4". Go put that stuff in the microwave.
You a whole man.
6-0 start.
Right. Then I told him 6-0 start. Matter of fact, you pulled your own tooth out last night.
Right. Man, I think I probably said mama till I was like 16, 17.
Oh,
man. I took it as far as I could take it. It ain't nothing like your mama doing it for you. Oh, yeah. Mama ain't gonna do it the same way you gonna do it. You gonna push 6-0 start differently?
Exactly.
It's the same 6-0 start. Oh, mama, it's the way buttons. You push the button. No, it's the way your nail. It's the acrylic. I don't know.
Don't taste this. Right. It's the acrylic.
Oh, now, God. Jeannie.
Yes.
You're married?
I am.
How long you been married?
I've been married. It'll be 4 years in November. And we've been together for, it'll be 12 years next month.
That's that black shit.
Oh.
We met first day of college, and we got married out here 4 years ago.
8 years later, he said, "You know what? What's your middle name?"
This is us. Is that the story of this podcast?
This is us. What's your middle name? I think we should make this.
I love it. They met the first day of college.
We met at freshman orientation at the freshman dance.
Wow.
So you didn't get a chance to kick it with nobody else.
We were friends for about a year and a half or two. You know, we were,
okay.
you know, you're college kids, you're meeting and talking and developing friendships. So we were friends for a while. So I'm sure we were both talking, you know.
But you met her the first day. My dad met my mother the first day of college. 54 years later. So I'll be together for a long time.
I think it takes some of us. We got to practice on a bunch of people before we realize what we're getting into. And we still ain't going to figure it out. And you don't know you're practicing until you look back on it and be like, yeah, I needed that person to show me this. I definitely needed that person to show me that.
Yeah, to your earlier point, retrospect is a great teacher. You look on things like this and glean the lessons from it. But yeah.
Ain't nothing worse than seeing a young person and you see so much talent or potential or whatever. You be like, if you just turn right, trust me, turn right here. No, man.
Young person, please listen.
I'm going to do a U-turn. This.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, turn right.
It's a one-way street. You can't even turn. What are you talking about, a U-turn?
That don't even make sense, man.
Yeah, that's young people.
Relationships ain't easy, Kim. So, so much damn work. I love it. It's work that I love, waking up and knowing what the new challenge is, because I really don't want to go nowhere. Lord, do you hear me? I don't want to go nowhere.
Is it work to you, Jeannie?
Somebody asked me this the other day. They said, it's one of your proudest accomplishments. And I said, I'm really proud of the way my wife and I, function as a team. We course correct each other and we get each other. We know, when the other is, irked or needs something phrased the right way. But I'm really proud of the camaraderie we've developed over the years.
Me and my wife broke up twice in COVID. So we back on track. We in love again.
That was the episode he was talking about earlier.
We worked it out.
You're in the same house. How you break up?
Easy.
One went upstairs, one went downstairs.
Easy.
Announced it over Alexa.
We cut off sex before COVID. She was like, we ain't gonna take no chances. You just go in that room.
I don't want COVID.
I don't want to catch COVID. I'm like, what?
That's funny.
No.
Wow.
But I will say that it's tough. It takes a lot of effort. And you know how powerful comedy is. You know how powerful making people laugh is. So, then you got to weigh off the whole, the social part of the game. You know what I mean? And stay focused.
Just like a singer.
Yeah.
R&B or somebody, a rapper.
Absolutely.
You got the social part of it.
The social part of the work cannot be ignored, and you have to navigate that and not indulge. You get to a point where you stop indulging because you're just like, this ain't got me nothing. This ain't. And now I love where I am. There's no way I could be a Darren Jackson. What's his name?
I think it is Darren Jackson.
There's no way I could, bruh, all of a sudden have, you know what I mean?
And talk about yourself in the third person. Yeah.
So anyway, but that's the guy. That's the relationship guy that now everybody's making memes about.
I was just about to say, Derek Jackson.
Jackson, yeah.
And he talking about, Derek Jackson. I was like, isn't that you? So the whole in the beginning of this last apology thing, I was like, maybe this is somebody else talking for him.
Right.
Like it threw me. I was like, oh, this is probably a doctor or somebody talking for him.
Right. And then you zoomed in and said, that's you. That's you talking about you. That's you in the tape. And that's you talking about you.
How crazy are you? So then I knew. I said, oh, he got a problem.
Yeah. It went from like, you might be a sex addict or whatever. The first thing that people will go to, maybe he has a sex addiction problem, and you got a problem. Yeah. I hate to say somebody's crazy, but something. Yes.
No. There's a problem. Let me tell you why.
Right.
Did you see his wife next to him?
Yeah.
If you'd have seen the picture of her when they got married, beautiful, stunning. and she's sitting next to him with that bonnet on her head or that whatever little hat she got on and that sweatshirt, and he's holding her hand. I said she looked like a handmaid. One of the handmaids.
Handmaid's
Right.
Tale, yeah.
Yeah, Handmaid's Tale. I was like, what's wrong with her? I was like, blink, do something. Get some
Yes.
sleep.
Yes.
Oh, she looked crazy. Like,
She's in a sunken place.
She looked like she gave up.
yes.
She looked like she gave up. She's like, I'm gonna go in front of this camera looking like an ex-Black Panther, and I'm gonna sit here and just blink
Boy.
I couldn't believe it.
and get the circulation cut off in my hand because this dude.
Yeah, he was up
Exactly.
there. I said, look at her neck. All this finger was white.
Yeah, there was no blood.
She had rigor mortis in her hand.
I was like this. Your fingers are white.
You go and you analyze your own video like it's just a regular normal video, and you talk about yourself in third person of what is right and wrong in the video of the apology. I didn't even know you could do that.
I didn't know you could do that. Are you telling me there is a video of him analyzing this video? You're lying.
He did a video of
No, he
him
didn't.
and put the original apology video
No, he didn't.
in the upper third.
All right, bye. I'm gone.
It's the inception of apologies, an apology of an analysis within an apology inside of a movie.
Let me tell you what Derrick Jackson did wrong here.
No, he didn't. He didn't do that.
He analyzed
No,
his
I'm
own
lying.
video. He said, I'm going to get all the likes. Y'all ain't going to mean me. I'm going to get me some more likes off my own video. That's crazy. I'd never seen that. And it just goes to show that. You know what it goes to show? There's power in the spoken word. Because you couldn't tell me this dude wasn't pouring sweet honey down people's ears. This dude got over 1,000,003 followers. And even my wife back in the day, she would every now and then say, "Did you hear what he said? This is da 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 da." Now she like finesse. Let me tell you the latest tea. And he done went from this pedestal in my house to just like the biggest laughing stock. And I'm smart enough to know not to even say, "See, you was listening to that dude." I ain't got to say shit.
Oh, I heard dudes hate him.
Oh,
It was I heard all the men were like, something ain't right.
Kim, the whole community of comics have done at least 9 videos apiece. If you go on social media, it's a trending thing. They reenacting the girl.
No, they're not. No, they not. They're not. No, they not. Nuh-uh. They not right.
I saw Tony Roberts sitting there with a shower cap on his head next to a dude, and they reenacting the whole thing. It's different people. It's people analyzing the video the way a comics would do. They're gonna rip it, right? But when he did his own video, I said, God damn.
He did his own video
to beat him to the punch. The word is powerful, bro. I can sit up here and sell you these wolf tickets every day as long as I say consistent. And we were just talking about that word the other day. All I gotta do is stay consistent. Yep. But you know what he's doing on the other end? He's consistently being an asshole to his wife in such a manner where she thinks it is in the Lord's hand. Sometimes the Lord empowers you to make a decision and saying, look, I'm going to bring all this to light so you can make a decision. Boom. Make that decision. Right. And her decision is to go on social media in shower caps and in front of band instruments and damn talk about everything but leaving this dude. So anyway. And the girls that he was cheating with, one's a doctor. She didn't even know because she's not on Instagram, according to her. She said, I have no clue who the dude was. He was just the come through dude. Wow. But he was possessive and he was creepy and he was, but you know, he was, to some degree, he served a purpose in my life. So she told it all.
And that's similar to the Carl Lentz situation. That pastor who got caught up, he would meet up and say, don't look me up on Instagram. Don't Google me. But how unfortunate.
But the doctor had an abortion or something too.
Yeah.
What?
Yep, he got her pregnant.
What?
And she terminated it.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
because he asked her to. Because she didn't know. Oh, yeah, that's right. He was supposed to be moving out from his wife.
He had set it up. She said he had set it up to make her feel like he wanted her to keep it. And she was like, nah, but dudes know how to do that double talk.
He was reverse psychology.
Yes.
You read a couple books by Freud.
Yes.
You should keep the baby. Yeah.
Don't keep the baby. Oh, man. Yeah. But yeah, man. And I heard it was on a big deal, about to make a big deal with TD Jakes or somebody. I don't know where I'm getting my sources from, but
it don't matter. That's what I heard too.
TD Jakes.
Dropping.
So no.
I know TD Jakes is sitting there talking about, come on, man. The check ain't even, I just wrote the check. Come on, man. I got to put a stop payment on this check. God. I got to put a stop payment.
He was writing the next sermon. I got to go stop this payment.
I gotta put a stop payment on this check. Kim, what's coming up for you?
That's a fool right there.
Who that?
Look, now I done got the scissors. That guy, Derek Jones, he's a fool.
Yeah.
He's a fool. I'm on a TV show. That's what we were talking about today. I'm on a show called Daily Pop right now on the E! Channel every morning at 11. We do it live from Universal Studio at 8 in the morning. Made for Love on HBO Max. And trying to think of making myself some more exciting stuff. I have
so Daily Pop. I was on Daily Pop. I don't think they liked me.
Really? You was on daytime or nightly?
No, it's nightly. Oh no, I was on Nightly Pop.
Nightly Pop. That's what we was talking about. This dude. They didn't like him.
I said something about Kim Kardashian. They was like, "Oh, thank you, Finesse."
No.
Oh, that's a cardinal rule.
They told me that on Daily Pop. They said they're friends of the show because it's on the same network.
Yes. And I heard it. I heard him say it. And for some reason, Comic Finesse went there.
Yeah.
Out of the blue I couldn't even believe I said what I said. I was just like, yeah, but so I ain't coming back to this. I might as well just really nail it home.
You just pack up.
They gave you a heads up.
Oh, they said those. Yeah. But here's the thing though. I did it for 2 days. So on the first day, easy. I do that in my sleep. I can do that commentary in my sleep.
Right
the second day, I guess I got comfortable because she was one of the topics. And I said something, but that's because da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Dum-dum. They was just like, yeah, this dude here, yeah. We couldn't have been any clearer. So that was
clear. We couldn't have been any clearer.
We told him.
And so but Daily Pop, nice. Because I always wanted to be on E. For whatever reason, I think ever since I saw Chelsea Handler, I said, I can do that. So I wanted to be on E. All right.
Okay, that's funny to me.
All right, so you got the two Funny Mommas, and now you're on the E network, and now you got writing partners coming in from out of town to help you with projects and stuff.
Help me write my book, Delusion of Cinderella. But definitely, I got to promote Two Funny Mommas with Sheri Shepherd, on YouTube and podcast places.
My people. Let me tell you something. It's not every day I get to talk to one of my friends, but Kim, you're an inspiration. Keep doing that. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being you, because people like me love seeing you when I see you. And I keep my dangling in my pants, people.
And the dangling water.
Hey, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. This has been Understand This. That was Kim Whitley. That's my friend Jeannie Dees. I'm Finesse Mitchell. Understand This. We'll see y'all later.